You're hungry. You're hungry, and let's be very clear, okay? You're not in a fat loss phase, so why the fuck are you hungry? Why are you hungry going into your workout when you're supposed to be growing? When literally the goal right now is to make sure that you take every calorie, every morsel. Like, this is the most important time for you to be fed full, and I mean like physically have fullness in your stomach. Why are you hungry? Now I'm going to peel back the layers to this, because I think a lot of people, they're just like, yeah, like, I don't like to be full when I'm training. I get it. I'm weird about my stomach too. I don't like the sensation of fullness. Yeah, it's a fucking probably a disorder in some like regard, but I'm telling you, like, this is very common. A lot of clients experience this. A lot of individuals are like, hey, it's a preference. And I'm like, okay, we can work with this. You still need to have food in you. You still, like, I don't want you to say, like, I like to train fasted. Like, I get it. I like to train fasted too. But some of what we need to do here in order, why did I just say that? I don't like to train fasted? No, I don't. Okay, whatever. I digress. I know at one point, I don't digress, I guess, apparently. At one point, I know I was very insistent that I wanted to train fasted. I guess this is good. We're going back to this. And it wasn't until really that I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to commit to growing. I'm going to commit to being in this phase where weight gain will happen. And in order to commit to that, I was like, okay, for me to feel good about what I'm doing, because this is the opposite of what I want to do, that ultimately means that I need to be willing to make sacrifices. Sacrifices are predicated on giving up something that you want, something that you want to do. If it's not a sacrifice, if you're like, well, I didn't really want to do it anyway, like, okay. So by definition, if you are wanting to train fasted and you were saying, yeah, I want to do that, that's my favorite thing to do, but based on the phase that I'm in, I'm not going to train fasted, because in order to get the most out of this workout, that means I shouldn't train fasted, like, just on principle. Like, I mean, this is the one time that, like, I need to have food in me, like really, it's very important. So in that case, I'm not going to tell you to suck it up, but I'm going to ask you whether or not you really want to get the most out of this phase. And if you're someone who's like, hey, I genuinely enjoy training fasted, I'm not willing to not train fasted. Okay, well then you've made the conscious decision that you are willing to sacrifice. You're sacrificing one thing or another. You're sacrificing either getting more out of this workout, or you're sacrificing the desire, the comfortability of training fasted. Okay, done. Solution, eat. Eat a little bit before the workout. I'm not saying you have to gorge yourself. I'm not even saying you have to like segment 50% of your carbs pre and post workout. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, have a fucking protein shake. Have 20 grams of protein, have 20 grams of carbs. Like, I'm not asking for much here. I'm not saying like, you can put that in liquid form. You can get a naked juice, you can get a coconut water, you can get a protein, like a ready to drink. I don't care. Consume calories. Like, really, when you're thinking about this, that is not much. I would like it if you consumed more calories than that, for the record. I would love it if you had more of your carbs pre and more of your carbs post training, and then the rest of your day you had some of your carbs. You don't necessarily need to have all your carbs pre and post training. That's pretty unreasonable. But what I will say is that if there are any issues with feeling hungry, if you're coming to me, Corey, I'm hungry before my workout, I'm hungry during my workout, so much so that I'm having a bad workout on account of that, this is your solution. Eat. Well, I don't like to eat because I don't like to feel full before I go into my workout. I don't like to feel full while I'm in my workout. Decide, are you going to sacrifice the comfortability of feeling full, or are you going to sacrifice the comfortability of knowing that, like, hey, you're not really getting the most out of this? Those are your two options.